Tzu Chi works with city government to bring food and supplies to needy families living in Keelung. Students in Ormat Great Love Village get computers to continue their online education during pandemic. I'm Sean Scanlon. This is DAI Headlines. Let's get started. The Level 3 COVID alert in Taiwan will last until July 26. Tzu Chi Foundation has cooperated with Keelung City government to distribute living supplies and fruit and vegetables to families in need. Here's more.
At 2 o'clock in the morning, when everyone is still asleep, the fruit and vegetable wholesale market in Keelung is brightly lit.
Before 2:30 in the morning, all the materials were in place. After 2:30 in the morning, the assembly began. We completed the task at about 5 in the morning.
The task that Chairperson Jian said is that Tzu Chi Foundation and Keelung City government pack fruit and vegetables boxes for families in need during the pandemic, and it needs to be complete in 3 hours.
These dishes are calculated by the dietitian of the Education Department of Keelung City government according to the required calories. Then we follow the menu to complete the task of side dishes.
Including spices, a total of 18 items of fruit and vegetables, together with living supply boxes presented by Tzu Chi, they will be delivered by 3 taxi fleets. Among them, Wu Yuhui's car has 20 household delivery tasks on this day.
During the pandemic, I have almost no business to carry passengers, and the special task of delivering supplies is obligatory. I feel that I am in a happy mood today. It is the happiest to be able to help people.
The driver delivered every item to the house. Among them, Mrs. Chen had no work due to the pandemic, and her family living expenses could only rely on her husband to do our jobs. The living supplies and fruits and vegetables sent by Tzu Chi and city government can relieve the crisis of food shortage.
During the pandemic, the food and supplies were really expensive. Fortunately, thank you Tzu Chi for sending the supplies. Thank you so much. There are tomatoes, carrots, and some mushrooms. The children love it. They like to make soup.
I prefer to eat fruits. My favorite fruits are apples and mangoes.
Seeing the needs of the elderly, Digi Volunteers also take care of their home safety. Tzu Chi hopes that this support will help these families.
During the pandemic, Kaohsiung Digi Volunteers used recycling trucks to carry large quantities of living supplies to remote mountainous campuses so that these children can live a healthy life. Take a look.
The car drove into Namasha mountain area. The volunteers brought living supplies to those in need.
Because of the environment, Jingsi aphorisms can make them feel calm.
In addition to Jingsi aphorism, the letter from Master can calm their souls. There are also a variety of Jingsi food products to take care of the children's health.
We just saw a lot of food. They can be eaten by soaking or simple dishes, and their nutrition is very balanced.
The Tzu Chi recycling vehicle was also dispatched with supplies. Volunteers mobilized the manpower and moved into a small school in this mountainous area.
We can't have a normal lunch to serve them like in school. Through such a variety of rich and nutritious foods, it will bring them good health.
Some students' home conditions are not very good, but they are often taken care of by masters and Digi Volunteers. We must uphold this spirit and work harder.
Everyone sent this blessing to a remote corner of the country so that everyone can work through the difficulties together.
Since Taiwan's Level 3 COVID alert has been enforced, all long-term care locations have stopped having meals together. However, Lin Bingda, a borough chief in Jiali District, Tainan, has not stopped serving elders with food delivery. Every day's meals are served by him, with volunteers cooking together to help local elders get through the pandemic. Here's more. Shuttling through alleys and personally delivering the hot meals to the elderly is Lin Bingda, the borough chief who has been doing this every day for 22 years. Packing skillfully, each eco-friendly lunchbox has a name sticker. Lin Bingda replaced previous having meals together with meal delivery at home.
We still have to continue to cook. He's 88 years old, his brother is 91 years old. We buy groceries at the fruit and vegetable market at 6 in the morning. The market is not very strictly regulated and it's troublesome, but we have to make purchases. We are all used to having meals together, so suddenly it stops. Where should the elderly buy lunch?
For the disadvantaged elderly living alone and the physically handicapped, each will be able to eat well during the epidemic. A broadcast also reminds everyone to get vaccinated.
Are your feet better? You feel weaker, and so be careful. The COVID pandemic is very serious. Wear a mask when you take out the trash. To control the epidemic, you don't have to be afraid of offending people. Our community is mostly elderly people, so they will be easily infected if the pandemic gets out of control.
There are many elders in their 80s and 90s in Shaying Borough, Jiali District, Tainan. Nearly a quarter of the population is over 65 years old. Lin Bingda, the borough chief himself, is 65 years old. With empathy, he cares for the elders in this rural area wholeheartedly. Tainan Tzu Chi Junior High School has become a large-scale vaccination station, providing at least 2,000 people a day the chance of getting vaccinated. Many volunteers and teaching staff volunteered their time to help this operation run as smoothly as possible. On site, there are also vegetarian lunch boxes provided to the medical staff.
With the extension of those 65 and older available for vaccination, Tainan Tzu Chi Junior High temporarily became a large-scale vaccination station with the help of Tsuji volunteers.
Thanks to the help of the Tzu sisters, they have really given us a big hand in helping to guide the people where to go.
Despite wearing PPE from head to toe, the volunteers patiently guide the people and continue to adjust the queue when needed.
The resting observation area was changed to the hall, so they won't be in the sun. We suggested having a second area.
In the large vaccination station, the order has been carried so well. Thank you, Tzu Chi.
Those getting vaccinated number over 2,000 a day, and many healthcare workers use their day off to contribute their share.
Normally, I'm working at a hospital and don't have days off during the week. But unexpectedly, I had a day off and I got the notice, so I had the opportunity to come help out and give shots.
I'm a vegetarian and I exercise, so I don't think I'll suffer from many side effects.
A comfortable environment helps to put the senior citizens at ease. An elderly had an accident in the bathroom and volunteers immediately jumped in to help him and also disinfect the area. Each receives a parting gift as they leave the venue, while the vegetarian curry is handed to the medical staff, helping to fill their stomachs and inspire them to go vegetarian.
Digi Volunteers in Johor Bahru, Malaysia donated medical equipment such as vital sign monitors, cardiac defibrillators, and digital imaging machines to a hospital, which has admitted many severely ill COVID patients. This will help frontline medical staff save more lives.
With this professional medical equipment such as vital signs monitors, cardiac defibrillators, and digital imaging laryngoscope, severely ill patients with COVID can have better protection.
These pieces of equipment are actually very useful. In other words, when you see a patient, you know he is panting, but you don't know his oxygen saturation. You can only know whether his blood pressure is high or low by measuring it with machines. After that, we can rescue the patient quickly.
This equipment is really important for us. It can make our work more efficient, as we do not need to borrow it from somewhere, so we can concentrate on providing patients with a more effective examination.
Among the materials sent by Tzu Chi, one piece of equipment was not large, but it attracted everyone's attention.
We are getting the video-assisted laryngoscope, which we will use to intubate the patients, especially the COVID-positive patients. So it will make the healthcare worker more protected as compared to the usual way of intubation.
Not only Tzu volunteers, but also the selfless dedication of the general public are needed to be thanked.
I am grateful to the Master for the launch of the Bamboo Bank era. Today we can see its great effect as everyone donate a little money, which is accumulated to do great deeds. Now we are running against time. With one more medical device, we can save one more life.
By providing one more medical device, more helpless patients can be rescued.
Since the pandemic outbreak, students in the Philippines switched to online classes. However, a group of young students in Ormoc Great Love Village were unable to study normally due to a lack of computer equipment and internet. ASUS immediately donated 41 sets of personal computers and wireless networks so that these students can study without worry.
Boxes of computer equipment were being moved from the truck to the van. This batch of hardware equipment was donated by SS Company to the young students in Ormoc Great Love Village to attend online classes.
Because of the pandemic, students have switched to online classes, yet the family backgrounds of the students in the Great Love Village are not very good. So thank you, ASUS, for donating this batch of computer equipment so that young children can continue to learn.
41 sets of personal computer equipment and wireless networks are sponsored by the manufacturer voluntarily. And Ormoc Great Love Village especially vacated a prefabricated classroom so that children can attend classes without worries.
The primary problem of the online class is the access to the internet and the gadget. And we are so thankful to ASUS Company that they have given us hope to continue our learnings. And this is a very great help to us students.
These computers that you had donated, it actually lights a hope for all of us students, especially us who are very unfortunate and was not able to afford any personal or gadgets to use for our classes. Thank you very much.
Under the pandemic, the students' biggest worries have been solved so that they can continue to move forward steadily on the road of learning.
Thank you, ASUS Company, for providing us computers. You gave us hope. Yay!
During the information age, children interact with electronic devices and may lack company of parents. Due to this, Digi Volunteers in China initiated a book-giving event, inviting students and parents to understand the virtue of reading. Through the exchange of books, parent-child reading becomes the most popular leisure activity during summer vacation.
Changzhou Tzu Volunteers came to Majiaxiang Xinshi Primary School to organize an event to invite parent-child reading together.
Because the children here do not usually have a good reading habit, through you bringing such activities to our school, I think it will make the children's holiday life more enriched and can also lead to family members reading together.
More than 90% of the students in this school came from other places. Most of their parents do grassroots work, and their reading habits are not very common. The book delivery activities promoted by Tzu Chi make up for this deficiency.
Thank you for the book-giving event, which gave me the opportunity to gain more knowledge. In the future, I'll use this grateful heart to repay the society.
I hope that through this activity, the children can dive deeper into the world of books and enjoy the joy of reading.
Meanwhile, at Wuxi Zhenxin Primary School, the students exchange book bags for the third time. In fact, at the Tsuji Environmental Education Ground, it is a place for them to share the joy of reading and study.
生病打的点滴的时候，您去在阅读，当时是不是有没有给你很大的一个鼓励？阅读的快乐，阅读的快乐。
At that time, I felt time was precious. I was sick in the hospital and I couldn't go to school to learn. I think since I can't go to school, I must spend some time doing something more meaningful.
Cultivate children's reading habits from the early age so that they can get more knowledge from it. And achievement is just around the corner.
After lifting the stay-at-home order in California, Digi Volunteers look forward to the July 4th Independence Day, as 400 Digi Volunteers gathered at U.S. headquarters for a celebration. Let's join them there.
Everyone was busy decorating the outdoor area. Even under the soaring sun, they still worked happily. About 60 Tzu volunteers were mobilized to clean and tidy the dusty Tzu U.S. headquarters, which has been suspended for more than a year.
We come here to clean and make a pilgrimage. We are very happy. We clean every corner mindfully, especially the spider webs in the Buddha altar or bird excrement on the ground.
Buddhist flags and Tzu flags were flying. Participants who must have received vaccination needed to register online as well as wear masks throughout the whole process. Everyone still strictly observed epidemic prevention measures.
At a temperature of more than 30 degrees Celsius, why are we so excited? Because we can finally gather to celebrate Independence Day.
Today, July 4th, we come together to celebrate Independence Day. It's also the gathering of our Dharma family. We hope to gather everyone's Dharma spirit and express gratitude to each other.
On Independence Day in the United States, nearly 400 Tzu volunteers brought back their bamboo gum tubes to donate. Everyone met each other happily on the big Tzu grounds.
The national flags are passing our command station. Thank you, the bike team.
Since the implementation of the stay-at-home order, Tzu volunteers have been learning Buddha's teaching online for 15 months. In the first large-scale event, drew the treasure hunt game of parables of the Lotus Sutra to check everyone's learning results.
When we saw the Lotus Sutra, we just followed it to move forward.
Everyone has been looking forward to returning to the U.S. headquarters for a long time. Let's gather kind thoughts and work harder to eliminate the pandemic.
In Nantou, there was a family who had no water or electricity for 10 years because they could not pay their utility bill. Instead, they used firewood for cooking and boiling water. The metal shack house where they live is full of debris. 2 years ago, Tsuji People launched assistance hoping to help this family have a better living environment.
周先生，周先生，我有5点5能够给我。应该人今天不脏，真的。一年了，我要去哪里？我有去5点5能够讲嘞。周先生，没得，哎，没得。一看就知道，对呀，上锁了，门上锁，啊，那个狗牵来这边，会不会去镇上啦？会不会到镇上去？会不会去买？可能出去买东西，一下子就回来。对，但他太太应该在家。当初的话就是。
At the beginning, it was because of 3 of them were going to Sichuan Hospital to see a doctor. His son's face was yellow. He squatted under the stop sign and said he was going for chemotherapy. I said, "Where do you live?" He said he lives in Ailiao. He said 大石宫. I couldn't believe he lived in 大石宫, right in my town of Jiji. Why didn't I know there was a case? As a result, we came the next day. When we looked at their environment, it wasn't a place where people should live. The maze was terrible.
那个脏乱哦，实在是太可怕了。 我看有顶有两个叫啊。
应该冷静的不上，先来这边，因为去镇上了。
If I pull it down, I'm afraid it will break. The township office said they are responsible and they will come to pull it. If I do it myself and it goes wrong, they won't fix it. Next, it is the problem of the street lamp.
我这今日甲你倒处理，我对吼细话吼甲记记的吼，啊你来叫吼，就袂去解决。
无这吼，
因为这回我对来甲你整，你整的吼，
这样叫啊，
系啦，
唔会都能外。
袂啦袂啦，我袂甲你，哦，甲开拢来帮忙啦。
像我安尼我就遐唔敢啊，我就唔敢去，唔敢去，唔这样讲。安尼我落去这就无效，对无？因为啊，迄路顶啊害油，我唔得啊，我做工作。
我记得较大位哦，要注意哦。我安那边呢？哎，我们大家一起来帮忙一下。好，较大位我摕你呀。我们一起来帮忙来，你就做一个，我大家哎，到这边。你较大位我摕你呀。不是啊，我今仔足济，你讲啊，咁紧张。哦，我讲正常嘅，恁兜就公平啊啦。对吧？这个，哎呀，打去吼，就好声。啊，你洗身躯用这行无要紧，洗身躯用的水啊，吼，烧水用这，啊，煮饭甲用甲熟。哦，规个蚂蚁哦，水哦，你再用。啊，这几工是还好啦，吼啊，大汗唔好会沾着，吼。
我想说，他把他们两个来带来。
I want to bring two of them to Tsuji Recycling Station so that they have a purpose for a day. I will also ask my county government whether it is possible to ask someone to deliver food for them. We need to figure out a way not to let them cook. His wife's mental condition is not good, right? In the event of a fire breaking out, it would not be good for them.
It's much brighter inside now. Otherwise, I couldn't see what was inside before. Light can shine through this hole. Your home is now much brighter inside. Otherwise, it was so dim and dark.
我后回来要给你检查哦，看有跳无跳诶。我们有时候要开导他说。
We sometimes have to enlighten him. After enlightening him, we have to help force him. We will continue to contact social workers of the county government again, check again, and ask the neighbor if he is drinking too much. I just hope that the social workers of the county government will work hard like us. We hope that he can start a normal life.
Parents with small children at home may rack their brains to figure out how to spend time with their children. Tainan story volunteer Tzu Chi not only takes care of her own children, but is also willing to tell stories to more children so that they won't be bored during summer vacation. We leave you with these images. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.